The mic is off. Now the mic is on. Let's take 3. VannKraken, World of Warships Legends, Friday night, stream. Gosh, you guys, when you're out of the habit of doing your streaming stuff, the technology is the first thing to go, and then they make changes to your streaming software and to the app I'm using to get my Xbox to my PC. So if you're new, if you're old, and you're listening out there and you hear any reverb or echoing, no voice sound because, Matt, you're on delay and I'm muted. So not echoing, but good. It sounds like it's fixed. They've made some edits to the streaming software that I use, and you used to be able to keep your mic input on and then your stream input on, and it didn't double up on one another, and now for some reason it likes to do that. So I've only streamed a few PC games of New World of late to test out the new settings. So been a little bit, up and down with regard to the technology, and then this is the first time actually trying to do Xbox. So played around with it on the side, but going live, it's always going to be a new experience. So Matt, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you again. You've been consistent jumping in and saying hello, and it's very much appreciated. If you're new or old, again, I am VannKraken. I streamed World of Warships Legends for about 1.5 years pretty religiously and made a decent amount of YouTube content that the cool part is people still access and still use, especially the guiding type documents that I did on aiming and using consumables and some different advice on ship types, destroyers, cruisers, battleships, etc. Interestingly enough, my most popular video is on aircraft carriers, and that is the ship type that I don't play very often. So you won't see any aircraft carriers tonight. We're going to really just keep it mostly battleships and cruisers, and maybe we'll peek in on a little bit of destroyer play. I actually played one game earlier today. I've had about 2 or 3 sessions in Legends in the last week and a half or so, just kind of dabbling, dipping my toe back in the pool. And then the last week or so, I've played about 4 or 5 days of a couple hours each of World of Warships PC, just to see what it's like. It's interesting. I just got my 6-year pop-up on World of Warships PC, so been playing this particular game for over 6 years, though I will tell you I had a very solid break. Like, didn't touch World of Warships pretty much for a year. And I think it's just personal scheduling overload. I had a very busy life between owning a small business with my wife, which I have talked about before and we'll talk about again probably, which is relatively stressful. And then on top of that, I was basically a second job as a youth soccer coach, which I've stepped back from the time being to get a little additional time back and headspace back. And then just doing, family stuff, dad stuff. My girls are getting older and don't need me so much anymore. They're 15 and 17. But anyway, just trying to get things right kind of in my head and not feeling so burnt out and overloaded. And it's a process. And I think the other thing is when you stream one game for even as long as I did, there's people who've been streaming World of Warships for like 3 or 4 straight years. And honestly, I don't know how you do one game every single day, like some of the guys that I still follow, for 4 or 5, 6 hours a day, sometimes 5 to 7 days a week, depending on the person, and not just lose your mind. Honestly, you kind of feel like a slave to one single game if you're a dedicated quote unquote niche streamer. Matt saying on the YouTube chat, we're on YouTube and on Twitch, which is the other complicating thing with my software. We broadcast to both platforms at the same time, but Matt says carriers are for low lifes. And I'll tell you, Matt, it's been really interesting playing PC because now it's not just carriers and destroyers when you're in any other ship type between those two, or other than those two. Well, or even if you are in another destroyer, which is a surface ship, now you have submarines to worry about on top of aircraft carriers. So in the mid-tier games, you could play like this ship here, the Texas that's up on screen. It's tier 5 on PC. If you're in the mid-tiers, it seems like everyone wants to be leveling or trying out submarines. So my games, there's 12 people on a team, were basically like 4 or 5 surface ships and then about 6 to 7 combination DDs and submarines on the enemy team. So play a really slow ass American battleship like Texas or, you know, California. You pick any of the mid-tier slower battleships. It's not an Iowa, or even the higher tier ships. It's something like a Kansas or a Vermont, and it's just constant torpedo dodging. And it's now not just the ships that you can see or can be spotted by aircraft. Now it's just getting pinged by submarines. There's this line that shoots through the water at you, and it says you've been pinged, and then the section of your ship that's been pinged lights up, and they have not just dumb torpedoes that follow a straight line, they also have homing torpedoes. I haven't investigated the subs because I'll never touch them. I haven't played an aircraft carrier game on PC ever, and I'll never play a submarine game, I can tell you, unless they create a special game mode that's like sink the convoy or something. I'll just never do it. It's not me. And it's just a little harrowing when you're in a battleship, when you're now trying to keep track of the direction from which you think destroyers may be torpedoing you, but at the same time, you're being pinged by submarines. And some of their torpedoes, again, home or guided, and then some are super ass fast. And the icon for the torpedo in the water is like a dot instead of the arrow that you see on the destroyer torpedoes or cruiser torpedoes. So I will not say that I'm a huge fan of submarines. Matt saying praying subs don't come to Legends. I honestly don't think it would be a good thing. I've played, excuse me, more Legends over the past 2 to 3 years since Legends came out, being an alpha tester, by far than PC, because Legends was a refuge from aircraft carriers for a long time. 1+1 -1 matchmaking, which you still have +2 -2 tiers on PC, which can be very punishing if you're a tier 6 going up against tier 8s or 8s against 10s. Not super fun. So it's nice to come back to Legends and have that benefit, that the tier structure is still favorable, except when we get up to the higher tiers. We'll talk about that as we go along. But Legends still has stuff going for it, you guys. It does. I'm not super happy with the way WG tries to milk money out of people constantly in a million different ways. But I guess that's part of being a video game company, right? They have to monetize, and I get that. But there's been some things since I've been gone, like the auction system, which I was following on social media, all the news, just not logging in. And pretty disappointing to hear some folks that I've caught up with since before I've come back to play this, that, you know, there's people spending $100 on a low tier premium in an auction setting because they felt like they had to win the auction. Again, people have gambling issues with loot crates. It's even worse on something like an auction, I think. Hey, Rayspun. Question of the day, Marlboro or Marco Polo? Honestly, I haven't investigated the two of them close enough. I do know my experience is more with playing the Italian battleship line. So if it were up to me just off face value of playing Giulio Cesare and a few of the other Italian battleships, I'd probably lean Marco Polo, because I think that is an Italian battleship, if I'm right. Honestly, let's look. Let's jump into the campaign structure. If I can find it, you guys. Don't laugh at me with regard to menus and stuff. I am pretty out of the loop. And this is, well, it's the first campaign that I've been back actively considering playing at all, though I almost came back for Musashi. I don't know if anyone got Musashi, but she's one of my favorite ships off of PC, and why wouldn't she be? Because she's a Yamato sitting one tier below regular Yamato, right? With a few supposed drawbacks, but not really. They're not big drawbacks in my mind. I'm not sure where you get to the ship info, you guys. Is Marlboro, so I'm assuming Marlboro is a higher tier British battleship, is that correct? And Marco Polo, higher tier Italian. I do like British battleships to a point. I've grinded out all the way to tier 10, which is the Conqueror on PC, which is obviously legendary tier here on Legends. And I do like that line a lot. The only stinker is the Monarch, which is a premium here on Legends. And is on the tech tree on PC. So Monarch was the only ship I didn't enjoy, but I am a British battleship enjoyer too. Still enjoy using the HE fire-breathing dragons. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, guys, how to even get into the ship menus. Or I don't even know if you can see it if you're offline. But fill me in again. I'm honestly just not up to date on the mechanics of the current campaign, because I'm not gonna investigate it. Scroll to 100. Okay, that sounds right. Go up here. Thank you, Matt. Menus get moved around, hidden. I was kind of kicking around the bureau. I'm still working on Kleber. And sorry I missed. There's a few ships. I'm probably sorry I missed somewhat. Click on that. Marco Polo. Okay. I'm assuming she's tier 8 Italian. And then Marlborough. I'm assuming tier 8 British. Can you click in? Oh, you can. Awesome. This ship, yeah, look at her. She looks like one ship that when I want to feel dirty when I hop onto PC is I get in and play the Warspite. I tell you, dude, there's tier 8 players that do not know how freaking good Warspite is and that she has amazing guns, and they show their side to you, and I got to sink a few tier 8s in my up-tiered games. That superstructure is just very reminiscent, that blockish front-end superstructure. So she's 16 guns, huh? I'm assuming high HE damage. Marco Polo, let's see if she has the stripes. This is what I freaking love about the Italian ships. They were never as powerful as I wanted them to be in the cruiser line, though I know the high tier cruisers are actually quite good. And the Italian cruisers are better on Legends than they were to me on PC, but freaking color scheme is just awesome. Yeah, I don't have a timer either. I play in colorblind mode, you guys, so you're gonna see some color differences. It's mainly so I can see the difference in the team icons clearly, and those red and white stripes on the front. I can see red and white, but they probably look a little bit off red or red orangish in the colorblind mode. But Italian battleship, sleek, fast, good guns, trashy side armor. Well, most battleships do have pretty trashy side armor, but I mean, the Italian ships are freaking awesome looking. I did get one Giulio Cesare game in on PC and did quite well. She's a dirty ship as well. She really is. She's a good boat. Getting SAP very soon. Yeah, that's a funky thing about the ammo that you'll notice once it comes about is that SAP is different to use, right? So if you're like an SAP cruiser, you're not going to do a lot of damage to battleships unless you hit thinner superstructure elements. You're not going to do any work on the hull or on the armor belt at all. Obviously, you're not starting fires. What SAP wrecks, though, where it's weak on battleship, it absolutely wrecks destroyers and cruisers, thinner skinned cruisers. So, you know, there's a few boats that have, I think, a combo SAP HE option, but some are only SAP, and I don't know if that'll be the case here on Legends. So you kind of have to be careful what you wish for. SAP, it's an interesting ammo round, but it really takes accurate aiming at specific spots on ships to be successful with it. All right, so maybe we'll hop in a game, and then I'm going to talk about Tier 8. Long-term 10-tier advocate. I wanted 10 tiers in this game from the very beginning, but people said there was no way they can program more than 7 tiers plus legendary, and I would be on the boards on the forums, the WG forums, going, that's not true. And they have 10 tiers in tanks, and they've had 10 tiers in console tanks from the beginning. They just wanted to make it seem like it was easier to grind in ships, I'm sure, after psychological research on that they did on the tanks database or player base from their data, crunching their spreadsheets. Let's load in a Texas game. But 10 tiers to me was always just the easiest way to translate ships to console from PC, just the way it was easier to translate tanks from PC to console. So we've had so much bastardization of tier 7 through tier 10, well, to tier 8 now, to create legendary tier, which is effectively tier 9s and 10s mushed together, right? So I don't really like what they've done to a lot of the tier 9 ships in putting them into legendary tier. I don't feel they're nearly as strong. And tier 7 for me was never fun to play because it wasn't fun to be up tiered against the legendary tier. And now, from what I hear, you guys can tell me, it sounds like tier 8 is not quite as fun. It's the new tier 7, right? Not super fun to be dealing with legendary tier and tier 8, I'm sure. Okay, been playing mostly PC in my little bit of ships shaking the rust off, as Matt said recently. So I'm used to 12-person teams. So literally I'm just looking at my mini map and I'm just seeing how many ships are looking like they're going left and how many are going right. We don't have capture points. It's not domination mode. It's capture the base. So we do not need to overextend. We're not going to go all the way out behind the islands over here either necessarily. Raceman, you said I'd like to have some new maps and game modes. Yeah, I think it's time to translate probably the rest of the maps that they can translate, right? From PC. I know there's still some that are missing. We have HE loaded. We did not want to have HE loaded against a... It's not a Congo clone, it's a Fuso clone. Oh no, maybe it's a Congo clone. We did not have the ARP ships on Legends when I was playing last. I have them on PC. They go way back to near the beginning of PC. And I have a whole bunch of them when they were free to grind. And then they started charging the anime people a bunch of money for them. He's giving me full broadside. I'm going to actually now swing away. And I'm in a battleship, but I'm going to kite. I don't want to be giving my full side to 2 battleships and a cruiser over here.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
But good chance we can kill this battleship pretty quickly. I should be calling for fire on him.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic
he's
target.
toast. He's going to get torped. That or we're going to get the kill.
Destroyed an enemy battleship.
Japanese battleships have very bad side armor, even worse than just about any other country. They're really battle cruisers more than battleships, so do not run full side to your enemy. I mean, I kind of was because no one's paying attention to me for some reason. But not good practice in a Japanese battleship. And we have to swing and show our side to get all the guns in a US battleship on target. So it's a bit of a risk. This Wyoming's a lower tier than me, so we're going to take that risk. Is he lower or is he the same? I forget. Yeah, he's tier 3. To do all the tier translations in my head from PC. Hey, I'll be back on chat in a second, guys. I'm a little out of practice multitasking, so we're just going to angle bow in. The Kirov is coming around the corner, so let's swing. Let's get our front guns on the Kirov. We'll get our back guns on the Wyoming. Kirov, it does have torpedoes, relatively short range. Come on, this guy did not kill him? Figured our Koenig would kill the Kirov straight away. Which is why I only used my front guns on him. So yes, I don't know if you go by Raceman or Wilson, but definitely new maps. New game modes. The big game mode that is kind of missing on Legends still is doing some kind of scenarios. which honestly I don't know how big those are on PC anymore, but they're like programmed AI modes that are tougher than AI battles. They're typically specific missions with objectives, and you run with a team of, I think it was 5 ships total. And it's a fun game mode. Some of them are extremely hard, extremely difficult. A lot of them like facing waves of enemy attackers, or you have to go from point A to point B to point C to complete objectives. So if you took AI mode and made it a lot less robotic of just, you know, jamming in, YOLOing in, killing as many things as you can, getting out, which is kind of what AI mode is. Regular AI mode, the scenarios were a lot more fun. So I actually feel like they have some objectives to them. All right, we're gonna sail back mid and see if we can get in range of these cruisers, because I think that Wyoming's gonna get taken care of. Matt says, Tier 7 is great now, but I didn't mind before as you grew up in the Tier 7 and Legendary scenario. The problem with Tier 8 is the ships don't feel good to play apart from a very few. Yeah, I kind of figured that would be the case, that since Tier 7 was... I mean, if you're new to the game, you probably were not as jaded on Tier 7 as I was. Because again, I'm wedded to a lot of the ships that I played on PC. I played PC for, I think about 3 years before I started alpha testing on Legends. And it was my main game. I used to play tanks before, but I played hard for 2 to 3 years of World of Warships PC. So when you get used to playing ships that you really like at a specific tier, and then you come over here and they're playing against Legendary tier and they're super gimped, it's really hard to enjoy that experience. So, and some of the Legendaries just don't feel as good, nearly as good as they do on PC to me, because you just grow up playing them a specific way. So, anywho, well, let's talk about it when we get finished with this results screen real quick. Gotta pump some coffee. Let's talk about what's in Tier 8. Hey, Gauzy, how are you, man? Good to see you. I still follow your YouTube posts. I think you said you were taking a little bit of a break, but I know you've been really active out there, and gosh, you've been continuous, buddy. I've been out for 11 months. That's usually 13 months on Legends. Haven't done a thing. This is the first thing other than following some of you guys and playing a handful of games. You're like seeing me like raw trying to jump back into the game. So I hope you're well. Hope you're doing well, and your content is always informative and upbeat and optimistic, and I'm glad you're still doing it, my friend. So we finished middle of the pack. We're in a slow American battleship, which where you end up on the scoreboard in a slow American battleship depends a lot on what elements of the enemy team come your way. We didn't take a few shots where we probably could have got a kill to try to do the right thing strategy-wise, and you'll see in my gameplay that I don't care so much playing for score. Obviously, there are times when you're doing missions where you want to be top 1, top 2, top 3, top 4. I get that. But in general, I prefer winning over where I place on the scoreboard. So I'm not just a strict damage farmer. I'm not necessarily trying to be a kill stealer. I'm just trying to get wins. And coming back and playing for, again, like 3 or 4 days in PC and a couple sessions in Legends, my win rate has been, knock on wood, really, really good. I'm going to jinx it by saying that. But it's been feeling good to the point where I feel like I'm contributing each game and I'm actually playing a part in those wins happening and not just trying to, again, go for personal score. Let's see. Gauzy says, happy to see the channel popping back up. Thank you, sir. I've been doing some PC gaming of late. Gosh, over the last year, I've really been playing a game hard called New World, which I saw an old PC World of Warships streamer streaming when he got pissed at Wargaming around the big community contributor blow up about a year and a half ago, well, a year and a quarter ago, which is probably part of the reason why I decided to take a step back from ships for a bit. Named Mr. Gibbons. I actually watched him today. He wasn't playing New World, but he's playing World of Warships again. He goes, I hate this freaking game. I only play it because I get paid. You guys pay me to play it. I make money. Like, oh my God, how sad. I've not seen this guy stream for eons. And the first thing he does when I'm back on his stream is trash World of Warships. So he just hates submarines. He plays carriers, but he hates submarines and just feels like it's really trashed a lot of the elements of gameplay, which I don't disagree with. Angel Rambo Jr. What's up, my friend? Man with the chin line. I remember that. I remember that. How are you? I hope you're doing well, my friend. It's good seeing you out there. You're consistent. Will promise to jump in and check out your stream one of these days. I haven't really been spending a lot of time watching Twitch for a while. I have made a few YouTube videos for this new game that I'm playing. And maybe I'll jump back in and make some YouTube content again for Legends at some point. I'm actually having some fun. Again, I was just saying probably before you popped on, it's like I just got when I logged into World of Warships PC, it started giving me these like ribbons, or maybe they were flags. It was like, here's a celebration for 3 years of World of Warships. Here's 4 years. Here's 5 years. And it counted up all the way to 6. So I've been playing that for a full 6 years, 4 of those years really, really hard. And then a year and a half of playing Legends constantly, year and a half to 2, and then just taking a break. Missed you too, man. It was fun playing with you guys back in the beginning when we did some of those community events and stuff. Good group of people. It's folks that I miss. There's a good group of streamers that are still doing it in this community, which I appreciate and do miss you guys. Well, thank you, sir. I try to say casual, competitive, or competitive but casual. It's like, again, that's kind of why I stepped away from ships for a while, is I just felt like I wasn't having so much fun anymore, honestly. And again, when you start streaming, and you know this, you've been variety streaming way ahead of me, Angel, playing multiple games, which I think is so smart, because when you just lock yourself into playing one game every day and streaming it 3 times a week, and then trying to make YouTube content, if you edit it, and I'm an anal fool when it comes to editing, I have to edit it, and there's no dead space, and I have to fix my dialogue, and I have to write a script, and it takes me hours and hours to do a video. It's a shitload of work. Pardon my French. I try to keep it without cussing on the stream, but it is so much work. I just don't think I realized until I jumped into it, to take on a full-time content creator commitment on top of coaching soccer, trying to be a parent and be present in the household, and working. It was just overwhelming, honestly. Super fun, and it's like, if that's all I had to do, I would really enjoy it, but it's hard spending that much time on it to make it good content. And then secondly, when you only play one thing, it's super hard. And I think, Angel, you had that figured out, you and Froggy, before really any of us. 5 Jumps, how are you? Things are going well. Thanks, man. Hope you are doing well. Thanks for coming back. It's good to see some of you guys. Good to see all you guys. Sorry I had a aborted 2-minute initial stream, but Matt told me I was getting reverb on my mic or echo effects, so we seem to be able to fix that. Racebun says, use the Italian destroyer with rolling smoke. You know what we might do is take out Paolo Emilio, which the last video I made on Legends was about Paolo Emilio. So I do have a kind of a guide on that out there, with a good game example. But it's a fun ship. It's the Italian destroyers, to me, especially that one, are really kind of like micro cruisers, right? But does have torps and has those really hard hitting 25k torps. So anyway, I was going to talk about tier 8 really quickly, and kind of what bothered me or bummed me out about tier 8. Not to come back and be the bummer guy, but if you look at the lines, and the first thing is oh, tier 8, what ships would I really want to play? Maine is intriguing to me. I know that's a good ship on PC. I'm not a huge Iowa fan. Iowa, I got in over my skis when I was on PC the first time, and I got just absolutely killed in Iowa. I'd get too far out with her speed, get wrecked with her side armor, and I really had a bad experience with Iowa. But I've never unlocked her on Legends. I will at some point, and getting to Maine I think would be worth it. Kansas, I had when they split the battleship line on PC. She's super slow. I know she has great guns. The ships start closer together on Legends, which isn't making her as slow and sluggish as she feels on PC, but still not my favorite boat, so it'll be a while before I unlock Kansas. Buffalo is a decent cruiser, kind of Baltimore plus. Sumner was not a ship that was on PC, so that was a new ship they came up with for tier 8, or was maybe a premium on PC. 5 Jump says, can't complain, looking to get started earlier on your New Year's resolution, do some research on PC building. Figured that would distract me from World of Warships and spending money on the Scharnhorst for the next day or so. Hey, if you're going to spend money on anything, the best buy in the store, the best buy I've ever seen in the store is when I logged on about a week ago and saw Scharnhorst for like 3,750 doubloons. That's insanely good pricing. And you don't see that at a WG often, and you don't see it on the Legends side. Legends, it's my other beef, man. It's so overpriced. The ships are a lot more expensive than PC. I did content on that before I took a break, and I just don't understand why, other than they can, I guess, charge what they charge to the console crowd, and people pay for it. Sadness in the Japan line, my friends. Well, if you're a DD player, maybe not Sadness. Yugumo is a popular destroyer off the PC side, but Ibuki, one of the most painful cruisers I think there is to play on all of PC. I love cruisers. That's my jam. Not a fun ship to play, in my opinion. Not as fleet a rudder as some of the other ships in the line. And not as hard hitting firepower wise, unless they've buffed her on the Legend side. I'm not sure. I haven't checked it that closely, but I have like PTSD from playing Ibuki to get to Zhao on PC at tier 10. And Izumo was buffed on PC, so I don't know if those buffs carried over to Legends or not. Her turrets are kind of maddening because I think that middle turret of the 3 gets blocked on certain firing angles, if I remember properly. And she is a hibachi. Yeah, oh, your back turret gets blocked, right? It has limited firing angles because of the way the elevation of the center turret is. She hits hard, and you can catch people sleeping, but man, I just remember you are like a hibachi getting lit on fire constantly in Izumo, and she's such a big target, so much flat space on top for HE spammers. So it's a little bum with Japan. Matt, you just paid 10K for Scharnhorst? Is that great sale over? That super sale is done already? Oh, or you just paid recently, paid 10. Well, don't feel bad, because I think I paid 10 as well. I think back when they first gave coupons, I got a coupon and I paid like 10. That's a freaking amazing deal. Scharnhorst is one of the best ships in the game. For me, like you've heard my stories rant about her in the past, but I started playing battleships because I wanted to survive a little longer. And you know, the World of Warships is a punishing game when you're a newbie. So you at least felt like you could stay in the game a little longer with more armor. And Scharnhorst was the very first premium that I bought on PC after a lot of research. And if you play her, you know she's really a hybrid between a cruiser and a battleship. I mean, she's a battle cruiser. So she's really the ship that taught me to start being brave enough to play cruisers. Because I play DDs, but I'm not as big of a DD person as a lot of people. So Sharn is the ship that really got me the stepping stone, the bridge from battleships to cruisers. And then I've been a cruiser main pretty much forever, though I still like playing battleships, and I've been playing more destroyers, but love Scharnhorst. Her guns don't hit hard, but her turrets turn really fast for a battleship. Her AP, well, her rate of fire is higher than most other battleships, almost any other battleship. And if you hit cruisers with her, you can really decimate cruisers. You take your fire up to the superstructure on battleships above the armor belt, and you can do good damage. And you've got those torps for knife fighting. You've got good secondaries, so super fun. Matt says Yugumo is the first tier 1/1, 11 bot. I found it awful compared to Kagero. Nah, you bought the Scharnhorst early on in the year. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm not huge on DDs in general. I do play them, but not huge on them, and I would say the Japanese DDs are the ones I've played the least. I'm just not as good as predicting torpedo angles and all that. I do appreciate the hybrid destroyers more, kind of the gunboat destroyers more, combos. 5Gems said, I'm not sure you want to spend more money than you already have on this game, especially when you haven't even tried out the German battle cruisers yet. Yeah, I've not tried the new line. And there's a bunch of new ships on PC, you guys. It's like jump out there and half the ships are new ships that I haven't played. They have really fleshed out the tech tree. So the good news is on the Legend side is there's still a lot of ships to bring over. There's a lot of work that can be done on filling out tech trees. I do believe the tech trees are pretty damn extensive on World of Tanks console, and then they've added the modern armor angle. Haven't played that for eons either. Played a lot of that back in the day, so but have not got back out there either. So I think they can flesh out the tech trees pretty substantially, and then as Racebun was saying, get us some new maps, potentially get a game mode like scenarios, and the things that I'm really missing, you know, I was a big advocate for. I guess there is cross play divisions now. Is that true between Xbox and PlayStation? That was a big deal to me. The other two things were training rooms and clans, like the ability to actually form clans and do competitive activities. So even if you don't have a competitive clan mode, if they put in training rooms, you could run clan battles like we used to do in World of Tanks with the clan I was in for World of Tanks. And we would organize our own competitions and stuff through Battlefy or other platforms. So that to me has been a huge miss. Let's do De Grasse. Everyone knows it's probably my favorite ship in the game. Everyone who knows me from before may remember that. So you can go first tier 8. Awful compared to Kagero. I mean, there's people that can make all the Japanese destroyers work, so I'm not one of them. So I won't purport to be a Japanese destroyer expert. I do like the Japanese cruisers and been relatively proficient in the Japanese battleships. And again, if you play a decent amount of Scharnhorst, you're gonna have a little bit of that translate to Japanese battleship gameplay, which until you get up to the big boys, the fat boys like Izumo and Yamato and Musashi, you know, those are bigger, fatter, slower. And the other ones before that are really battle cruiser-esque and quicker. All right. I do like to just kind of narrate what I'm doing when I'm playing Legends. I know a lot of Legends streamers and PC streamers, they just get into chat with a division and banter interdivisionally, and I don't do that as much. It's more just talking through what I'm doing in the game, which may make me die in a cruiser really fast right now. All right. So, again, no bases. So I'm just going to ping kind of where I'm going to go. We would prefer, in a good world, to have ships split on both sides of the objective, not funneling down the middle or only occupying half the map. So, you know, lemming trains are lemming trains. Not optimal. Probably wanted to be on a HE on the Bayern. I just had a couple shatters. Great, we already have the damage repair.
Activated.
French destroyers, you guys, are notorious for
Problem solved, sir.
steering gear issues. Where was that Legal? I always run like armed and ready. One of the skills that tells you how many boats are aiming at you. Like now I have 4, so I know I need to go into full kite mode. That's why I did go ahead and use my speed boost. Okay, in and out. Nice if this Byron took a torp. We could set him on fire.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Big thing I try to do when I play a cruiser is like cruiser fatigue. I try to get the battleships fatigued at shooting at me and just give up and start shooting something easy like another battleship.
Reporting the target position.
Yeah, I see that D. Ah, shoot. Selecting. I've got a lot of guys breathing down my neck right now. Another battleship on the other side shooting at me. Ouch.
Reporting the position of a strategic target.
So what do you guys think about this Nelson's play? I think he's going in a little strong, given that he has very weak side armor, and he's going to be showing it to at least the Bayern.
Attention.
He stays angled to the Leon. He's going to be giving the side to the Bayern and New Mexico. Yeah, dude, I know. I can't come right up in there. I can shoot some torps though to help him. Dude, see what's happening as I'm getting absolutely destroyed. I lost track of how close the Bayern is. I just gave way too much side to these guys. I got kind of mesmerized by how often this guy was pinging his help. I'm not filtering very well yet. So what I needed to do was kite, meaning point my nose a lot more this direction, show him a lot more butt, and wiggle more. I was paying attention to what was going on this side, getting those torpedoes off, which wound up missing the Leon anyway. All right. They've lost 3 DDs, so I might get carried. I'll tell you right now, like for me to do good gameplay right now is like being laser focused. So it'll be more fun being on stream with you guys, but you're not necessarily going to see the top of my game right now. Running something with a little slower artillery and a little quicker speed and or more armor will help me a little bit, but we said we were going to jump up the tiers. So let's go do 4, 5, and 6. Middle tiers here. Let's do something like Boise. I'm an Idaho person. Raceman, you got your first Kraken yesterday in a Tier 4 standard with the wife running a Tier 3 carrier spotting for you. That's awesome. So cool when you have a carrier in your division to do that. So are you basically a pretty new player then? It's great. Krakens are always exciting. I do have, past the York, Matt, the ship that I'm working on is, I'm working on Tier 7. So I think I'm working on Hipper, trying to get to the Rune. The Rune is I keep going back through the tech tree in a bit, but I think the Rune is the Tier 8 that I'm most excited about. 5Jump says, by the way, I'm not sure if you've seen it or not, but the Charles Martel got main battery reload booster as an alternative to sonar. I did not see that. That actually gives her access to all the tools she has on PC then, which is cool. Though she may be able to run them all at the same time. Whereas there's not enough things on the D-pad for console. Charles Martel, I mean, that's the fun thing about the French cruisers. They have a lot of tools. I did not show you how to use them optimally in that battle. I just really got, again, kind of mesmerized by what Nelson was doing. Okay, Let's try to play this a little smarter. We're going to head out to the left side. There's 3 ships to my left. There'll be 3 to my right. Kind of the swing ship. We're going to go ahead and go left. I do not have the Kaga. I really have not worked. I'll be honest with you. I haven't worked on any of the Tech Tree aircraft carriers since they went live. I played a lot in the Airstrike campaign, which was the test campaign, and then I just kind of fell off the wagon playing carriers after that, and then wound up taking a break. So, like Flandre, this guy's new for me. I know he's newish. What French battleship? Are we up tiered? Yeah, we're up tiered. So, I'm gonna try to get over here. I'm gonna have a little bit of cover potentially. Do some Boise on Boise violence here, potentially. Hierarching guns. Everyone's gonna want to shoot at me as soon as I show myself by firing. God bless America, are you kidding me? Okay, I guess this guy's played his BB a little bit. Okay, I've got a fire on the Boise. So at least we do have decent damage control. He's barely moving. Okay, he took his aim off us. Is he even moving? He's barely moving. Ah! Boise's a great ship for doing your fire setting challenges. He's back on me again, so let's try out. Oh crap. He's holding his fire. I can't see him now. Come on, drop in on him. He's letting his fire burn, so I think he's relatively smart because he's managing his consumables pretty well. Alright, we managed that one a little better. Oh, there's a DD. I should be shooting at the DD. That's job number 1. So the first thing to go is your situational awareness / multitasking ability. He got us right over this damn shoulder in that hill. Okay, he's gonna have more targets to distract him over here. So let's try to find a firing position where we can kind of hang. And maybe stay hidden from him. He's spotted. Spotted by our DD over here. Let's post up here. He seems pretty smart, though. He's probably not going to come straight into this area. There's no cap. So let's get over here behind the smoke. Hey, Moist, what's up, man? Long time no see. Can I get an invite? Dude, I'm just trying to figure out the streaming setup. Honestly, with this new way of getting my Xbox to my PC. So I already had a microphone problem and had to restart once, so I'm probably gonna just keep it simple for now. And I'm getting worked over because I'm trying to have fun and talk to you guys while I'm playing, which is probably dangerous. So I'm kind of a potato right now. Flint is not playing it super smart. I'd really love to take him out right now. He's got hierarchy guns like us. Higher rate of fire. Oh, hello. Good night, Flint.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Okay. When the Flandre goes down, he must have gotten torped. Okay, we can put our fire out. Okay, yeah, definitely do that, Moist. I do want to try out the cross-platform divisions, but honestly, I'll probably do it first when I'm not on stream, because like doing divisions and parties, Xbox parties and stuff, I'm not sure how to do them yet with the new Xbox app. I was using the old Xbox console companion forever. So I'm now up to date on the new app, but starting parties and managing stuff is different. So I'm sure I will roast the whole stream if I try to do it. That's what the coffee's for. Much coffee necessary. Yes. I don't drink as much beer as I used to. It's probably a good thing, but I drink more coffee. That's for multitasking, right? Okay, let's head back central and see if we can help with this DD. Got our own Flint. I was just looking at my records today. My most played ship is still Atlanta. He's probably gonna duck back by the time our shots get there. And we are high arcing shots. He's dumb enough to sit still. Oh!
Enemy destroyer blown up.
That is crazy. I meant to say that instead. That's classic. I think there's any way in God's green earth I was going to take him out. All he had to do was start backing up immediately. Oh, here's another DD. Charles Hughes. I have no idea who you are.
Confirmed penetration.
So these high-arcing guns flatten out when you're shooting against nearby targets. So you can go a lot more direct on. I'm showing a lot of sides. We're taking risk right now. We're taking risk to get another DD. Absolutely. This game is not necessarily going our way, though. Full health. Charles Martel is sitting in the back. Gonna have to kite out of this situation. Try to work on the Talon. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. I can't go in chat mode right now.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target. All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Talon, I just finished on PC. A few games I played there this last week. Just got the Riga. Okay, I'm just basically drawing all these guys out, but I need some help defending the base, eh? Have to use these islands over here to this side to get a little bit of cover, most likely. I'm guilty of going in too straight a line right now. Just trying to kite, just trying to wiggle, run away at an angle. Just gonna make my armor a little more effective. And just trying to be a tougher target. Boise's decent at kiting, she's just a little sluggish. And I'm getting near the border. So I'm gonna have to turn in to these guys. Hope I can take out the Boise and hope the, nice. So I hope the Martel gets distracted. She's lost a lot of health. Yeah, Moist, there are a lot of new ships. Saying on PC, it's insane. I'm watching their smoke. Watching the smokestacks. Smoke is starting to go straight up, so that means he's backing up. That's your clue for telling direction of travel. French ships have really thin superstructures. Hello! Let's set a fire. Don't call it a comeback. And we have a DD on their base. So this all of a sudden is looking pretty good.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was just saying that going into a PC game, it's like there's so many new ships. I've followed social media on both this game and the PC game enough to know that what they've been introducing generally as far as lines go. But it's Like, okay, what's that? And where do I shoot it? And have you guys heard about the Dutch cruisers? The Dutch cruisers can launch planes that have like bomblets, like fragmentation bombs. So, plus they're pretty stout cruisers as well. Their artillery's pretty good. I imagine I have to be gimped a little bit to give a balancing effect for the fact that they have these planes they can deploy that are attack planes. But yeah, those will be interesting when they come. Heard we're supposed to be getting Italian destroyers. Yeah, that's what I heard as well. There's more of those on the PC side already. Fast. Some are fast. Not as fast as the French, but a little bit similar. So we're gonna cap this out or what? I'm not sure. If our DD goes to the far end of the cap, I'm not sure they're gonna get spotted. So I'm always happy when I get kills, but I'm always the happiest when I kill destroyers, or now on PC when I kill submarines. I have killed a couple submarines. And that is satisfying. I'll tell you, the first couple games I played, I don't even know how to work my depth charges. Good job, guys. So you have this square box that you basically, it's like a rectangle tilted away from you, so it's more like a rhombus, and you can control the distance away from your ship that rectangle goes to put it where you saw the sub, and then you hit your fire button, and I think it has some of the ones that are deck launched that used to deck launch off the side, then it's got some that planes go and drop the depth charges, and then I think the destroyers have ones that roll off the back, which I haven't used yet. But I did sink one sub with my depth charges, which was fun. Hey, we got second. That's cool. Second in an up-tiered game. Didn't even see our damage. Only 54,000 damage, but that damage counted. That damage really counted. Especially since we sunk multiple destroyers. When's the detailed battle results screen coming? Isn't that coming soon? Here's something about more detailed statistics. Full AA build, Moy says, on the Italian destroyers. Yeah, I think you can do that. Which is kind of fun, right? Because there's tons of carriers on PC. Almost every game has a carrier, so having a destroyer that shreds from an anti-air perspective is pretty damn cool. You can go where you want. And I always, first thing when I'm in a game in a destroyer, is check and see if there's a carrier on the enemy team. How much longer will you be streaming? You're about 59 minutes in. I started early tonight, and my younger daughter's here with me. We're going up to the mountains tomorrow, so I will be on for probably at least another hour, Moist, I imagine. It's my goal. Maybe longer, seeing how it goes. If I haven't embarrassed myself too badly. Okay, so Raceman said we may come back and do something like the Paolo Emilio, but at tier 7, I do need to try to grind something for reals. So, Hipper. So let's go back and look at the tech tree again for tier 8. We covered America and Japan. Germany is one of the ones that I'm probably a little more excited about from, well, most excited about from the cruiser perspective. Rune is a mobile, long-range spamming machine, and like the Hipper, and if they had her, the Hindenburg, good AP rounds when you're up close, so you can really shred enemy cruisers with AP and battleship superstructures if you're in close. She's pretty stout armor, but I would say not quite as stout tier for tier as Hipper is, if you stay angled in. And Hindenburg is a classic, like, get in close and brawl cruiser. Use those 6 kilometer, 2 racks aside German torpedoes, and use your maneuverability and your good artillery in close along with your torpedoes. Rune, I never played as much like that. I played her more of a long-range spammer. Kind of like I play Nuremberg, honestly, or Königsberg, or York to a degree. Someone was mentioning York, maybe Matt, but I don't know if that's where you're at, Matt. York I use as a longer tier, or longer distance spammer. But Rune I'm excited about. FDG is a mixed bag to me. She plays like Bismarck, and she seems like she'd be really stout, but she gets shredded quickly. You know, like the other German battleships, if people know to just key in on your superstructure when they're nearby with AP, they will wreck you. Melts really fast. Wouldn't recommend like bow tanking. You will die much quicker than you expect. The Ruprecht, if this is the 5 jumps, this is the battle cruiser line that you were talking about. I see a lot of people playing these on PC. I have not played them yet. So again, if they have any similarity in play, I know nothing about them, to something like Scharnhorst. I think I'll probably enjoy them to some degree. I have been a Siegfried enjoyer, which is a lot harder to do on the Legend side than it is on the PC side. Oh, adding Discord to PS5. Okay, cool. Yeah, Discord is generally a little easier and better, I think, actually, Moist. That way too, before you could get multi-platform people together relatively easy. All right, so sorry, German tier 9s I'm excited about. French, Saint Louis I'm not as excited about. I wasn't as psyched about the 2 top tier French cruisers as I am about Charles Martel. I really like Charles Martel. She's not the easiest to play if you haven't played for a while. Or if you're new to that play style, the armor's not great, so you really have to use your mobility and kiting to your advantage. Saint Louis is flimsy, as is the tier 10 on PC, so they are great fire starters, good artillery, accurate guns, long-range guns, just not my favorite. Mogador, I know, is a bitch to kill and a good DD if you play the French line. And we have friends at the stream like Monk who are, you know, really good French DD players. I know Mogador is pretty well regarded. Now Alsace, I'll tell you, is one of my favorite ships on the PC side. So I'm definitely going to have to grind Richelieu now. Alsace she's different from Richelieu because she doesn't have the forward mounted artillery. She has front and back, more of a traditional configuration, and not the heavy hitting kill in one salvo AP, but faster loading guns, good AP, good on superstructure, French mobility. And if she's like the PC side, she should have at least a speed boost, if not the main battery accelerator. So excited about Alsace. We'll go back and play another game. Hey, Rude. No, thank you. Not interested. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Captain Arcana, Merry Festivus. How is your poll, your Festivus poll, my friend? Is it large? It's good to see you. Hey, I saw you were streaming quite often a while back, and then seems like you've been maybe on a bit of a break too. So, sorry, I was just saying I have my notifications in on Twitch, but I have not been jumping on Twitch a whole lot. So if I see you back out there, I will jump in and say hello. I hope everything's well with you and the boys, that you're getting some time on your console, or maybe you guys got a second one for Christmas. Can you get a Xbox now, or the new PlayStation? Large and in charge. Think about you guys a lot. Hope that you're all doing well. I do miss doing this. I cannot do it the regularity I was doing before. So again, hope everything's going well with you, my friend. Thanks for coming in. We're floundering our way through some matches. Let's see, that was tier 6, so we were going to try to do a hipper match here. So I think we have her loaded out the way we want her. Let's go ahead and go. Oh, your Wi-Fi is not so great. YouTube clips, and that's about it. Okay. Yeah, I actually tried to test my. I have two Xbox Ones, not the new ones, not the One X, but the ones, and I tried playing on my secondary one today that is connected over Wi-Fi, and it just got the worst, like screen tearing stuff going on the game anytime there was any kind of level of graphics going on. So this one I play on normally is hardwired into the wall, and we did have the foresight back in the day when Wi-Fi wasn't so much a thing of having the network built into the house. So I know that's kind of old school now, but it actually is really nice. Because this Xbox is on the other side of the house from where the router is. And even the Xbox that's right next to the router did not like it. Hipper, most fun Tier 7 cruiser. It's fun. I mean, I like the German cruiser line. It's the first cruiser line that I did, again, because I branched off of doing Scharnhorst into doing some cruisers. So it was the American and German cruisers were the very first ones I did. So I do have a soft spot for them. And I would agree, Matt, they're up there. If they're not they're pretty friendly for new players. Generally, Nuremberg can be tough because she's super flimsy. Königsberg, probably one of the best ships in the game, pound for pound, tier for tier. We're gonna go left. We're gonna go the sea side.
Enemy force detected.
Looks like we've got 4 ships going to the other side, so we'll go see. They don't get hit by shots that are not even intended for me. Okay. Let's angle away. The La Foudre. I don't even know. Is that the La Fonda? From Napoleon Dynamite?
Reporting a target position.
I'm shooting AP. Let's go to HE. There's no DD in the cap next to us, most likely. We didn't get detected. Okay, let's loop in. I'm gonna look left, hold down my left bumper, and that's gonna start turning my guns even while I'm looking the other direction. Shoot. Yeah, this New Orleans is who we want to be shooting at. Especially switch to AP. Got a little close now.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Should be able to pen in New Orleans with the AP on this, even from this distance.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Got a little bit of damage there. German AP tends to fall off in penetration with distance, so, and it's not the greatest HE either. So they're ships that are generally played better at mid to closer ranges, but obviously it's high risk, high reward, right? So with this boat, to Matt's point, saying one of the better cruisers, has good anti-aircraft capability, and if you stay angled with her, you can survive some pretty gnarly brawls, even with battleships.
Capture that area.
Sharn is backing up, just observing her smoke. We switch to HE, going for fire setting. And not a high fire chance on this HE, but
I need intelligence data.
11 clicks out, we actually could probably switch to AP and do some damage with AP even, but shoot. Trading off getting all our guns on target, but we're showing our side to ships over here, which is dangerous.
Attention. Reporting a target position.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Uh-oh. Hey, finally got a fire. There's some cruisers that I play statically, like the American cruisers that are good island huggers because they have high arcing guns. German cruisers generally don't have very high arcs, so I play them a lot more mobile. Moving around a lot, not sitting still, not being an easy target to zone in on. And because the arcs are shallow, you're really not going to shoot over a lot of terrain very easily.
We've been spotted.
There's not a lot of cruisers in this game either, so we're going to be a tempting target. Have to bear that in mind once we get spotted. Another fire going on this guy. Can we get another?
All stations, concentrate
Uh-oh,
fire
we're
on
spotted. Yeah, we're showing side to these guys. They have German gun elevation problem too, gun arc problem, just like we do. Shooting at these new ships, I have no idea like exactly how good their side armor is, how thin their superstructures are. Oh, shit. Okay, we're gonna switch our guns again, kite away. We don't want to show broadside to this Titan coming through. Moy says Kamikaze is best tier 4. That is probably true. Kamikaze one of best tier 5s on PC. Long time considered one of the greatest cheat ships of all time. Just watching his guns, seeing if he's actually physically pointing his guns at me. I'm not sure which one of these ships is targeting me. I'm in a hard turn right now to at least give a challenging angle. Okay, I'm gonna kite away again and get my guns around on this New Orleans who's sideways to me. Try to show my butt to the Zeiten coming through.
all stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
Oh no. Yeah, that is really painful. Jesus. Not even sure who that was. It's kind of risky being in the middle right here because we're in a bit of a crossfire right now.
Fire on the designated target. Affirmative.
I don't know if it's that Zeiten that got me through the butt or who. Ooh, he has torps, eh? Yeah, there's that French battleship out here is shooting at me. I can't see him. Pretty sure that's who tagged me
Attention.
a little while back.
Reporting the target position.
See if we can get a fire on the Scharnhorst. Throw one of my planes up, see if we can spot anything.
Fighter airborne.
Two ships shoots or targeting me means probably one where my target reticle is too. I've just kind of got to get out of this area a little bit. They're still shooting at me from the back and from over this way. So let's go undetected and take a little bit of the heat off. Pretty close match, though we are losing on the cap battle right now. Let's call for fire on that
Concentrate
Scharnhorst.
fire on the enemy warship.
I'm gonna spend a repair party just in case we get tagged again. See if we can do in this Scharnhorst. He's low health, so we're just gonna go HE. Oh, nice. Opposing Hipper is pretty low health. Ugh, dude.
Reporting the target position.
We're still kind of clustered around A. Think you swing wide like you're doing, bow back into B. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I just didn't want to go... I want to go broadside to these dudes. But maybe I can help get this guy out. Push their hipper real quick here. And then, like you're saying, if we survive that Arcana, we will nose into B.
All stations. Reporting the
Thought they might
position of
have
strategic target.
spotter planes that increase your range by now and give you the angle, the top-down angle. See you back there, Hipper. The risk is to get shot from this direction right now while we're going after the Hipper, but... Ooh, nice, we reset.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
He's gonna be showing side. No, he's smart enough to kite. He's not aiming at us. Just gonna angle my shots a little different trajectory between the front and the back guns, just in case he's doing some kiting himself. You can see he's gonna turn. And we're gonna now nose in towards B. Rather show a little more side to the Hipper than to these battleships. I should be looking at the bow wake. He's coming back towards us now. Nice. Okay, we don't have to flip C. And this is the guy who tagged me earlier. It's payback time. Yeah, this ship is tanky if it's angled a little bit. Should we go and try to get D?
All stations. Reporting the position of a strategic
Might be able to hang
target.
here for a minute. Her range is not...
Reporting the position of a
It might be my captain's setup. Not quite long enough. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Alright, should we go on the torp run? Feeling like we have a ship lead, it might be worth trying to tank in here and see if we can torp this guy. We're going to test Captain Arcana's theory right now.
The ship is on fire.
Switch to AP.
Problem solved, sir.
Get it. Oh. Attacked. Okay, that worked out. Get my pulse up. I tell you, when you're out of practice, you overthink everything. Just go back to HE. We just need to touch him. Okay, he's done. Yeah, Arcana, I was kind of just waiting on that second set a little tiny bit. Just to see if he was going to change course. He didn't react very soon. It's like he didn't realize we had torpedoes. can't imagine that's the case, but...
Problem solved, sir.
Okay, I didn't see the direction those planes were flying from. Is he still out this direction? There's only 1 minute left. It's pretty close. We need to stay alive.
Get back.
There's not a whole lot I can do. Oh, there he is.
We've been spotted.
Nice, we got some fighter cover. Okay, toward dodge if we can. Oh, Saipan is nasty, huh? It's a popular premium carrier on PC for a long time. 4 torp spread. But didn't get us. Whew, that was a little sweaty. Yeah, getting 2 torps on was key. Hey, Dark Architect, good to see you, my friend. Hope you are well. Thank you for stopping in. Guys, I will try to... I can't remember... This is sad, Dark. I can't remember how to do my commands. Oh. I'm gonna dork it up. Guys, Dark Architect just made, I think, 650 subscribers on YouTube, and he has been one of the most consistent World of Warships PC, or sorry, Legend streamers for quite a long time. So if you haven't followed him on Twitch, you should do that. And give him a follow or a subscription, a free subscription, right, on YouTube as well. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you. Hope everyone is having a good holiday. Hopefully some relaxing times. Not too much craziness. Hopefully you didn't have to fly anywhere, especially on Southwest. I have like 2 Southwest flights coming up for soccer tournaments in the next month, so I'm a little worried. Hopefully they'll have their crap together by then. Whew, all right, we did okay, and this kind of matters to me because I'm trying to grind XP on this ship. So let's see how close we are. Moist, that's one reason I decided to quit coaching. It's because I'd always have games with the team I was coaching at the same time that my daughters are playing. So my older daughter is just playing kind of chill, still competitive, but not ultra competitive. My younger daughter is kind of on the top team, travel team. She's going to Portland, Seattle, Houston, and then Denver. So I'm going to be going on a couple of those trips. I'm going to be driving to Portland, well, 3 of them, driving to Portland, then flying to Houston and flying to Denver, all between now and March, and trying to not get drug into long jury duty in the middle of that. So that's kind of the plan. And not having my own team to coach has been really cool because I don't have to stress about overlapping schedules anymore. I can go watch my daughter when she plays. So, Moist, I did go to Florida for Christmas time last year. I braved going to Disney World last year during Christmas week, and I don't think I'll ever do that again. It was insane. I mean, it's neat. I mean, I grew up in California going Disneyland, so I'd been to plenty of Disney during Christmas decorations, but my kids had not, because we don't live there anymore. So it was really, really crowded. It was cool to enjoy the parks and the holiday atmosphere, but it's with so many of your close friends, and there was a kind of a uptick in COVID, and there's people packed together, so it was interesting. It was still fun, but I will never go again in the week between Christmas and New Year's. It was crazy. Yeah, not humid, but last year, like Christmas time, was freaking fantastic weather. It was like 85 degrees. I think it was a little unseasonably warm. It was not humid at all. It was amazing weather. Amazing where you can go and your shirt's not soaking with sweat in an hour or half hour. It was awesome. Arcana, Portland is a great city, even better for soccer. I like Portland. I mean, Portland obviously has some issues with the homeless population. It's kind of sad seeing how many homeless are camped out around the city. I will not lie. But it is a fun city, and I've been able to go there multiple times in the last 2 years now with my daughter for her tournament. So it's actually not so much tournaments, it's league play. She's in this league that plays, in our case, teams from basically the Western United States or Midwest towards the West Coast. We haven't played any true East Coast teams yet, but it's a national league of clubs that are the better clubs in their states and then have teams in this thing called the Elite Clubs National League. It's mainly been for girls. That's also for boys now. So we're a feeder club for the Portland Thorns, and Portland Timbers. So I have one kid that likes my daughter and her friends, so he's actually in residence at the Portland Timbers Academy. So I think he's a high school junior next year, sophomore right now, and he lives in Portland, gets his schooling there, kind of like Europe, and plays soccer full-time for the Portland Thorns or Timbers Academy, the boys side. So it's pretty cool. That's the West Coast. You mean with homeless population, Arcana, because the warmer weather? Yeah. If that's what you're saying. I went to college in Santa Barbara, so we had a large homeless population for our time even back then, honestly. So hey, Hipper demonstrated what you guys were saying. Tanky, fun, combination of good enough guns with a high rate of fire, not the highest caliber, but definitely usable if you know where to shoot enemy ships. So if you're using AP against battleships, it's mainly going to be up on the superstructure. Unless you're super close in, then you might be able to pin the armor belt on a weaker ship with not the strongest armor belt. And then you've got those torps for brawling. Stay angled, you've got armor that can survive those close encounters, even with battleships like we just did. So fun stuff. I don't have a tier 8 to play, so... Alright, we'll do this. I'm going to completely potato this game. This is for Raceman if he's still around. This ship is fun. I have to get out my notepad and I need to write down my statistics here. I need a couple things. I need a spotting distance. I know it's like 6.5 or something. It's not great. Oh, 6.1 detectability. This is how bad a destroyer player I am, you guys. I always have to check this stuff out for every game. So I just don't play them that often. And then torpedoes are, I know they're not long. 6.2 kilometers. Rolling smoke is cool. I know if you don't go too fast, you won't outrun it. And I think I use a combination of the speed boost and the smoke. So, but I think my commander skills, my buddy Giuseppe, I think I have something that keeps the smoke going a little longer. Yeah, you get extra dispersion time and deployment time, so you don't outrun your smoke quite as quick. He's not super skilled at. Guys, I've not looked at my commanders forever, so I probably do not have them optimized. Yeah, I took my timer off on this stream reminding people about my color blindness too. Yeah, I don't see a ton of people playing this ship, Arcana, usually. But let's give it a try. I've had maybe 20 games in this ship, maybe. Okay, not too long after I got her, I took my break. So the game I did a YouTube on with my setup and gameplay was super, super fun because I caught a Nelson coming in off the edge of an island and dumped him with hit him with 3 torpedoes and Dev struck him from full health. That was pretty fun. I don't just try to YOLO straight in with this ship either, even with the rolling smoke. Yeah, situational DD, if it's even a DD, right? It's kind of like a small little fat cruiser. It's got a little bit of armor. If you look at the armor viewer, it actually has a little bit of protection. Unlike most destroyers. You can bounce a shot here or there. But I think our rate of fire is not great. The guns aren't bad. The rate of fire is not great. And you really need to make your torpedoes hit or you're in trouble. You're not really quite fast enough to get out of trouble as fast as you can get into it.
General quarters.
Uh-oh. Hey, you're on my team. I like that. Yeah, I'm not doing organized count-ins either because I'm just like too sketch right now.
Good luck, everyone.
Are you on that side? Is that you? All right, I'm going to Moist's side. We're going to A. Signal that. Whoops.
All forces, capture that area. Enemy force detected.
Especially when I'm playing DDs, I just like to alert the surface ships as to where I'm going. So they know they're going to have destroyer support for spotting. So I could try to book through this gap, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go around the back. 2 DDs, what do they have? They have a Le Fantasque and a Z35. So they've got 2 DDs with pretty good all-around toolkits. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Whoop, that was weird. No. Internet connection's lagging or something, guys. I don't know if you're gonna see that in the stream or not. Again, totally trying to get used to this new Xbox app. I was probably using the one that was 10 years old. I had to stream without using a capture card. What are you doing, dude? Okay. Don't blame me that you got in that close and we're sitting still. Making a target of yourself. Running into the island. Yeah, let's see if I get spotted when I come around this corner. I'm gonna try to swing out and bow in. I think this Colorado needs to be careful because there's been a DD in this cap for a hot minute. Yeah, Nelson will completely waste me. Yeah, here comes the torps.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Predicted. This ship turns like a pig too. Meat shield. Colorado is not taking a smart angle. I don't have hydro. If I get spotted immediately, it's not going to be good.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
I was wondering about the second rack. Dude, Colorado. You kind of earned that, eh? Okay, they already lost 1 DD, so that's telling me I need to stay alive, eh? So the Colorado should have nosed in after the first rocket torpedoes. It's in a dangerous spot. Oh, I'm spotted. Crap.
Engine boost activated.
Nelson's not coming in.
Problem solved, sir.
Okay, let's see. Is this guy gonna be dumb enough to come around the corner? I think I dumped part of my second rack into the wall. I doubt he's gonna come through here, but yeah, it's a long torp reload time. He's back over here.
I need your support.
Sorry, Moist. It's a little bit sketch for me to get in here and get spotted where there's a Baltimore and a Gorizia and a Nelson. So may have to give up this cat. Having the DD over here is not good. So reload. 55. You bow tanking. Trying to make a pass here on the Baltimore. Feeling the DD might have gone inside. So I'm still not spotted. The longest.
Engine boost deactivated.
The enemy team is taking the lead.
Longest minute and 50 seconds of your life. Just to reload.
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
And here comes the radar. These are the kiting skills we have.
Astern.
As long as the radar. Maybe he'll think that we dumped all our torpedoes. He's speeding up now. Okay. A little hesitant to pause in the smoke.
Screen set.
Yeah, because I'll lose spot. Alright, I'm coming back your way. Well, this is not the ship to play when you're rusty, but this is not my typical gameplay anyway, to be honest with you. And it's just sketchy here having this DD at RCAP. I mean, as soon as I got into where I was close enough to do the torpedo run on the Baltimore, I got spotted by the DD. And someone has RPF too. So we try to cut back central towards Moist. Hopefully it's still there. I don't know if you're dead, buddy. Spotted by the DD again. Just giving enough notice to this Baltimore to be careful. To change his speed. He totally stopped. Well, maybe... Oh, God bless it. I can't outrun a French destroyer. Here's my speed boost.
Engine boost activated.
Frack.
Critical engine damage.
Gotta try to
Problem
break
solved,
visual
sir.
with this island cover if I can get there. There he is. Sure. This would have been a lot more fun game if this
Critical engine
DD
damage.
was not on my
Main turret critically damaged.
cap, right?
The ship is on fire.
Where's that island?
Problem solved, sir.
get some damage on the board. Hey! It's about the least fun game in this ship I could imagine.
Generator started.
And we got an island, a Notzer maneuver. Use both racks of torpedoes.
Torpedoes astern.
I'm not gonna sit there, bro.
Engine boost deactivated. Smoke screen set. Critical engine damage.
A little bit of tankiness.
Problem solved.
We did pretty good. I mean, we got them down to below half health. Ugh. I don't think I should have picked that ship.
Good game, everyone.
That just wound up being a tough cap, huh? Get the French DD on our side, multiple cruisers. It's a relatively close game, but... And we just tried to be smart and not die immediately, right? I think if I had tried to go into that cap immediately, there's just too much firepower concentrated there, including a Nelson who can probably wreck me in 3/4 health in one salvo. Sorry, Moist. All right, well, this one's almost done. Let's see what happens. Yeah, unfortunately, just when we were in torp range of that Baltimore without being spotted by him, we get spotted. I'm sure he was the guy that had the radio position finding. What is it, twist and track? Not good at our side, huh? And we had our tragic call, was it Colorado? Who died so quickly. All right, guys, let's see. I'm going to start back down and work back up. So let's maybe do... Tier 4. I mean, I can try to... You just saying division invite? I just don't think I can do voice comms, you guys, without messing it up. And I don't think I can start a division with, I just don't want to mess with that. Make a fool of myself, which I was never good at doing anyway. But I wouldn't mind working back up, just doing like 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. See, we haven't played down here. Yahagi, little fire starter. Farragut's fun. So I'm gonna do tier 4, you guys. I don't know if I saw. It pops up some weird stuff. I don't think I saw an invite come through actually. But it may just be me. So maybe we'll do a battleship. Do Iron Duke. You guys ready? I'll just do 3, 2, 1, and then start. It's going to be a delay on the YouTube side. If you were on the YouTube side, it'd be a little easier to sync on the Twitch side. All right. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and go. If I get back in the groove, you guys, maybe we can just hook up off stream and work out divving and doing Xbox parties or Discord parties with this new Xbox app setup. Oh, that was a frustrating game. Do a lot of spotting sometimes in a DD, and you don't feel like you're doing a whole lot else. The other cap had a lot easier. They killed their DD on that side really fast. In a straight up DD battle, that's not what you want to be fighting in a Palo Emilio. It's more of a complementary ship than a DD knife fighter.
Action stations.
Not seeing you guys this time. All right, we're gonna stick to the right side. Pretty even split with the spawns. And we'll go ahead and keep armor piercing loaded. Got a lot of cruisers, only one destroyer. If it's a heavy destroyer game, even in a battleship, I'll go ahead and launch, or not launch, but set HE as my initial round type ammunition. Just so if you spot a DD first, you can get as much damage on that DD as possible. Granted that we'll probably spot a cruiser first or a battleship. We'll go ahead and go with armor piercing. Slow turrets. And we got a spammy
The ship is on fire.
Russian cruiser. That's what they do. Go ahead and use our repair party, not our damage control party right off the bat. Gonna opt for shooting cruisers and destroyers first. Dude, you cannot stay broadside like that in Nuremberg. You get absolutely wasted. She is. On a ship already. Alright, we're going to kind of keep our turrets turned this side just in case their Aoba is as unintelligent as our Nuremberg was. But he seems a little smarter.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Possibly. So I'm going to go ahead and start turning out. I'm going to again, look to this side, hold down my left bumper, to get my turrets turning, and of course now he's coming this side. British battleships have really slow turning turrets, so we'll only be able to get our back turrets on him right now.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Alright, loop back to center. Just gonna try not to get into total spam range of that Buddioni right off too quickly. We are pretty prone to fires. We have a lot of superstructure. And he's already queuing up back on us again. And first salvo in.
The ship is on fire. Enemy destroyer sighted.
Okay, Mr. Dunkirk. Poke out, huh? We have decent AA. Good main battery AP, though a lot of people just use HE in British battleships. That's a mistake. The AP is actually really good. So we can do this Dunkirk side. Not bad. Dude, you're quicker than me. I'm gonna try to swing my butt out of your way. But now you're making me show side.
Thank you.
Really like to get this buddy out of play. Okay, dip in, now dip back out. We hit him once, but it was an overpen.
Get back.
I know there was a destroyer in here somewhere.
Get back.
Oh, he's dead. Okay, good.
The ship is on fire.
You see battleships just constantly shooting HE. It's usually not the best strategy. But a lot of people do it because it's kind of the way to get easy damage. You don't have to pick your spots as to where you shoot as carefully. Hold in this smoke for a second, see if we can get the Queen Elizabeth broadside again. That Aoba is really hanging out.
Nice work.
It's actually pretty smart positioning-wise. See if the Dunkirk's gonna come through. Doesn't look like they necessarily are. Superstructure on the Queen Elizabeth. Okay, spotted again. We got to get moving. This game's pretty close. Gosh, guys. What's this? And the buddy. My turrets are slow turning, so I'm going to try to turn with my hull.
The ship is on fire.
We did hit him. Have to repair. We're not in a good situation now.
Problem
Get
solved,
burned down
sir.
pretty quickly here. Make me complete if I could kill you, though. Ugh. Overpans. Ugh, that was frustrating. Shows you how a flank can unravel pretty quickly when one ship just dies in the first minute and a half, like our Nuremberg did. Their Aoba played it much smarter. Between them and the buddy, we're kind of constantly trying to dodge being HE'd. But that's what they can do as a cruiser against us as a battleship, right? Alright, let's bump out. If we had just gone straight into that cap, we would have got burned down really quickly and then put ourselves in a broadside position to at least one of the battleships. So that's why we chose to kind of dip in and then turn back out. We just kind of lost our support on that flank. Tier 5. Let's do another DeGrasse game, because that first one was really crappy. Yeah, I was really hoping that I'd come back to Legends and there would be at least training rooms. I think you can have a clan tag now, right? But that's not really clan content. At least with World of Tanks, we could be in the same clan and then we could set up actual competition battles in training rooms with rules and all that stuff that would mimic the World of Tanks clan battle side on the PC side where you have real clans. So again, that's one other thing that just makes it a little more fun to play on the PC side. Though the submarines definitely are not part of that. Don't wish for submarines.
Battle starts.
Alright, are we up tiered? We're top tier. We're gonna go to the left. Support A. Feeling this guy will probably go straight in. Kind of even out the flanks. Be nice to have pressure on A and B. Or sorry, A and C. So we don't get a lemming train push from the other team into our back area where we get crossfired.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon. Affirmative.
We do have a DD to spot for us at A. Only one
All
per
stations
side.
requesting fire on the designated target.
Granted that cap's already turning, their DD's probably in A as well. Yep, there he is. Let's push in and see if we can support our DD. We want our DD to live right now. Jervis, be smart.
Support the allied
Your
target.
DD is being a complete idiot. Total fool. Dodge him, Jervis. Wow, what a complete waste. Just don't want to throw away your DD like the first minute into the game. 2 minutes in. Under any circumstances. Especially when it's a 1 DD aside game. Basically just gives initiative to our team. It's not a guaranteed victory, but it's definitely going to make life easier that we have a spotter. If our guy plays smart. He lost quite a bit of health too, so he just needs to play intelligently and try to do more spotting and not trying to do any suicide runs.
Attention. Reporting the target position. Enemy battleship detected.
Did leave us a smoke screen here.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Don't quite have the range. There we go. Use our torpedo lead indicator to see what the New Mexico's doing. He's kind of on the same heading. Doesn't look like he's doing a quick push. It's actually angled away. It's like
Designated target.
just gonna hang here, work on the California. Remain unspotted for a little bit. Now let's go ahead and see if we can push to New Mexico. Okay, Jervis, be smart. Okay, here we can cut across B. Work on the Miyoko. We have long-range torps. New Mexico doesn't look like he's headed in our direction at the moment. keep firing, I'm going to give my position away to the Miyoko. That's the only thing. But we'd like to push out that New Mexico. Let's put them under pressure. Battleship players hate getting HE'd, as I was a good example of in the last game. Okay, now we're gonna nose into B. He's still in the cap, the Miyoko. There he is. We're gonna go to speed boost, and we're gonna go to AP.
Engine boost.
He's showing us tons of side. Just not smart in a Japanese cruiser. Citadel is pretty exposed. He's gonna stop. He's firing torpedoes, no doubt. We're just gonna try to stay more angled in. We're gonna actually use our hydroacoustic search just for torpedo detection. I got a Citadel chewing him up. The last thing you want to do in a Japanese cruiser, man, is try to back out. 3 Citadel hits. Okay. Running our hydro, we have 2 minutes left on that. It's going to detect any torpedoes he got off late. Kind of surprised he didn't shoot them unless he already had. We're going to get in here and grab the B cap with our DD. But this game is looking good. Hitman, hey, what's up, my friend? Hope you're having a good holiday. You had a good Boxing Day, Christmas, and New Year's. Hopefully nothing too crazy. Thank you. Same to you. Hope everything is going well. Thank you, as always, for stopping in and saying hello. Maybe one day you'll reinstall ships as well. Who knows? I know you've been playing, what, a lot of first-person shooters? I know you're a Marine, right? And I have a friend who is also in, like, U.S. I know he was a paratrooper. I'm not sure if he was a ranger or what the exact definition was, but it's fun watching him play first-person shooters because he uses his military tactics. Squad tactics and stuff. Pretty cool. I would shout out Mr. Hitman, but I've forgotten how to do my Twitch shout out. He runs a very good stream. You should follow him. Let's see if we can. He's running away from us. Let's go ahead and use HE. Hopefully before he can zero in on us. Can work him down here. He's running his damage control. Or his repair party. Our torps are long range but relatively slow running, so. Okay, last salvo of HE, and we're going to go to AP. We really should be using AP here into the superstructure. See how that does. Ah, of course he died. Was fired. Did he hit us? Someone we don't see hit us. Now both battleships are on the other side. Let's just go ahead and cap C. Let me see if I can remember how to do this, you guys. I don't think that's right. I can't remember my shout out command. Oh my gosh. Such a good stream potato. Hey War Chronicle, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I am a former regular World of Warships Legends streamer. It's dipping back in tonight. It's been 13 months. Taking a long break from the game, playing some other things. Kind of OD'd on streaming and doing content for one game for so long, between playing a ton of Legends and a lot of World of Warships PC. So back with some old friends tonight. Trying not to be a complete potato. Doing all right. We're probably 50-50 on games, and we're mostly contributing. Hope you're having a good holiday. Good evening. Start of a long weekend for folks. Guess people probably get Monday off, right? Hopefully. Or is Monday New Year's? Monday would be New Year's, right? I'm completely out of it with regard to even days of the week. You have a bunch of US vets in game building a great squad. Try to keep it not too military for viewers. He does it more when I'm just kind of watching him. He'll get in, if we're in Discord just chatting, he'll show me just even in like first person in single player mode. Just like, okay, here's my tactics of how I'm approaching an area, and you know, basically walking me through what he's doing, and it's pretty fascinating. That's fun though. You're probably a lot better at those games than I am. Hey, we got top 4. We'll take it. I guess we were low tier. Yeah, we're tier 5. I keep thinking we're tier 6. I've been playing a little bit of PC, more PC this week. They have a big holiday event going on. It's, dare say, similar to ours now on Legends, where you have to pay gold to do the battle pass, similar to the campaign, and get the full rewards. I'm just playing the free side of the pass. I have premium time that's still good on there, and then I did earn a welcome back Santa crate that wound up dropping me 6 months of free premium. So that was worth probably 20 or 30 bucks in holiday terms. So I'll probably keep playing on PC for a little while. Tons of new ships over there that I have not ground out. All right, we're working back up. So it's tier 5. Let's see. I just want to see how bad we're doing. Whoops. Let's look at service record. I guess we're 5 wins, 2 losses. Those 2 losses felt really bad back to back, and that Paolo Emilio match was tough. That was tough. As Captain Arcana rightly said, a situational ship in not a good situation in that game. So now we'll go back to tier 6. Okay, what should we... Let's see, I'm gonna take a look at the tech tree really quick and see if there's anything we should be grinding. At 6, said where I might want to do the new German battle cruisers, maybe. We'd have to start way down. We do want to unlock Bismarck. So maybe we'll run an Eisenhower match. Oh, we said French. Yeah. Lyon. Can we buy Richelieu? No, we can't buy Richelieu. So let's run Lyon. A lot to catch up on. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Oh, we have not played Belfast. Where am I at with Lyon? We definitely want to have a ship booster. I haven't really been paying attention to that a whole lot. Ship XP booster we want. Credit booster we probably don't need. Okay. we are... Oh, we have upgrade available? Oh my. Okay, so tell me this. Did they put concealment system mod 1 on more battleships now? It used to only be available on a select set of ships. If that's the case, I'm really stoked about that, because I always thought this $2 million spend on target acquisition system was a waste. Do we want to pay for it here? There's 67 million credits. We're so close to Richelieu. Let's go without it, since we've been doing without it, and save that silver for purchasing Richelieu. I know the higher tier ships are super expensive still. Okay, let's do this. Let's do Lyon. We'll sling a little HE. Little 16 gun magic. Hey Matt, hey, take care. Yeah, Talon is a good cruiser too if you're on your way out. That one I just finished on PC to unlock the Riga, and it's a good boat. It's long distance spammer, just like that Buddy Oni was doing to me in the Iron Duke. But it hits hard. It does have radar if they brought it over. And I don't mind the long range play of the Soviet cruisers. Disappointed in Riga. Is Riga on here too? On Legends? Can't remember if you were playing PC, Moist. I know there's some people who just absolutely love Riga on PC, but I'm just like 3 or 4 games in. With any cruiser that depends on not being super visible, you definitely need to unlock a few of the modules. You want to be able to fire at range in Riga, and starting out, you don't have everything unlocked, so you have to get in closer than you probably want to get, and it's a little ugly. Doesn't slap like Talon. Yeah. I mean, it's got those, I believe they're the 150mm Russian guns. Is that right? Pretty good AP. Doesn't seem like Russian hardware is all as good as we thought it was in real life, at least, right? All right, I don't want to be the first guy spotted, so I'm gonna head to this gap here. We don't need both of those battleships coming to D. Hopefully our destroyer on A is smart and plays conservative and doesn't die quickly.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Strasbourg was the big Christmas grind 2 years ago on PC for premiums. I think she's front-mounted turrets. You're one of those two. Are you on my team again, Moist? Yeah, that's fine. There's still 3 on the other side, so it's not terrible. But I'm gonna potentially get spanked here, but I'm gonna take a risk. So that Strasbourg is just giving me too much angle. I'm gonna slow down and turn in. AP on French battleships is not tremendous, but you have a lot of guns and a decent reload time, so that's the trade-off. Alsace. If you haven't unlocked Alsace, highly recommend that ship. If it translates at all like it plays on PC. Love it. Nice. We didn't have HE loaded, so we went ahead and took the shot on the Moss, and the flip side is you have a lot of guns on this ship, so every time you hit them, at least you're getting 1,000 damage in. Okay, I gotta angle away from that second battleship. So firing at me now. We don't have great armor either. Just gonna forego getting the other turrets on target. Show too much side to do that. Yeah, French battleships are kind of weak in the butt.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Hopefully one of our DDs will see this guy play in the corner like this. Okay. Just because he's bowing, I don't have the best AP. I'm going to keep shooting HE in this situation. Ay, ay, ay. Sounds...
Main turret
This guy
critically
reversed. It's New Mexico. Shoot, that's the wrong button. And we do have torpedoes on that guy. He was cutting that corner. He cut that corner way too flat.
Team has taken the lead.
Nice. Oh, who is this guy? Mr. Nelson, Moist Dumplings. I should play my Nelson. That is a fun ship. Okay, how are we looking on the left side? That's where the bulk of their team is left, so we're going to want to go now cross our cap over towards A just to defend. We have 2 DDs pushing their base. We're not going to catch up with these guys, so let's go ahead and just head this way.
Roger.
Just in case there's a breakthrough. Moist can go forward with the DDs. Yeah, that's Strasbourg. I was hoping our DDs would see him cutting that corner so close, and then just he came across completely showing his broadside. Should have swung out and nosed in on that corner, because knew he was basically going to get torped in that situation. And then Moist will know that the Nelson has good AP rounds as well as good HE. Obviously, any bow-in battleship, you can just repeatedly set on fire. You can wreck thin-skinned cruisers with that HE and DDs, but you have surprisingly good AP rounds in the Nelson. They're just not always utilized. Okay, this Icarus stays alive. He's going to spot for us, which will be great. You don't need to go into that cap. There are other destroyers in A. Yeah, the cheek on the Nelson is its huge Achilles heel. It's very similar to Yamato and Musashi. That front section right from the bow where it bulges is flat before it turns down the side of the hull. You want to shoot right into that cheek on Nelson, just like you do on Yamato or Musashi. That's going to give us a nice broadside for some fires, hopefully. Okay. He's probably going to have to use damage control. Let's watch. If he uses damage control, he did. Now we'll want to set him back on fire again, because those fires will burn for the duration. You saw that, Moist, right? You're coming back with me. Let's light him up. He'll burn down quickly. Now we're going to refocus. No fire. Seriously. We need to help on the DD. I'm definitely keeping my left eye on the DD. We're just going to gracefully kite out. Hood was not in the game when I took a break, but was long requested. Such a famous ship. I think Repulse is in on the PC side too. Where's the fire? Come on.
Is in sight.
If we could have set him right back on fire, it would have been really long cooldown for him to be burning. Unless he has, what, the fight fire with fire skill, which I don't know how many people are running that these days. Okay. I'm gonna kite away now. Oh shoot, I'm spotted. Hopefully he's not loaded. Spotted by the DD. Moist or someone set him on fire and see if we can get a second fire. He can't extinguish until... Are you joking me? Okay, let's look left. Hold down our bumper. We're gonna be looking right, keeping tabs on things, but rotating our turrets to the left by holding down the left bumper. Did have Hood. Maybe Hood had just come out. There we go. And I'm just gonna be this continue shooting HE guy. Oh, it makes me so mad when I see all the battleships shooting HE all the time. But this situation, there's no reason not to. Get my other guns on. Moist's gonna kill him before I can get him. Maybe, maybe. Ah! Alright, our team's killing it this time.
I need your support.
Sasho, long-range torpedoes. We know he was smoked up right where I'm pointing here. Most recently, I'm still spotted. So yeah, let's get our cruisers front and center. But it's over. Yeah, maybe Hood was around for a little bit, Moist. I think you're right. Okay, we got 4,400 XP. Alright, we're both contributors there, aren't we? Pretty quick match. Whoops. Back out of that. How far are we now? Pretty damn close. Alright, let's stick with this. I'm gonna stick with tier 6 and keep going on Lyon. We gotta get Richelieu unlocked so we can start working towards Alsace. You ready, Moist? Go 3, 2, 1, battle. Lyon's a pretty fun ship. The French, it's your mobility. They're not tanky, not super tanky. Though Alsace and Richelieu are definitely tankier than Lyon. You can bow tank with Richelieu, obviously, with the forward mounted turrets. And Jean Bart, is Jean Bart not available for sale? Is she only in crates? I know people still speak of Jean Bart very favorably. I used to do every campaign religiously, so I have a bunch of the ships from the early campaigns, like Jean Bart. That should be a pretty good ship at tier 7, eh? Yes, rarely in Christmas crates. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the gamble hook for World of Warships, World of Tanks. They always throw the very coveted ship or tank into the crates at a very low drop rate.
Action stations.
Okay, let's split the difference again. Okay, our DD is smart. That's next to me. There's already a DD going to C, so they're branching off and going to the A cap. So we have a DD spotting presence, hopefully in A and C. We don't need both destroyers going to the same cap. Where's the third destroyer? Oh, okay, he's with us too, so. So with 2 DDs, what are you doing? See, now we have one of our battleships who's gonna sail all the way across the map.
Acknowledged.
So, gonna signal. No one will listen to me, but why not? Moist, for me, like, the newer maps are just ports from PC that I'm used to. So, I mean, used to in the fact that I've played probably, you know, at least 100 battles on each of them. So, I think it's great that they're bringing more of the maps over. I think there's still some that aren't here. That could be. But it's, yeah, I mean, it's great having more map variability, more map variety, right? Especially when so much of this game, earlier, Raceman was talking about the fact that, you know, there's not any new game modes that have been put in recently. See this guy here? Why are you going to sail all the way over to the other cap? Ashitaka already has a bad reputation for a ship that's better than its reputation should be, but when you do stuff like that, that's why people think it's a bad ship. Guys, I need a spot.
Nice work.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, since we play standard battles, I don't play a ton of ranked. I don't play a ton of arena, honestly. It's nice having variety in standard battles. How are we not spotting? Guy must be behind that island. Just trying to keep my powder dry. Of course, as soon as I fire, he's spotted. We're just gonna keep HE loaded because we're trying to be ready to help out with these DDs. Okay, we knew at least one was here. Slowing down. Ugh. Right over the bow.
Concentrate fire
Finish him,
on the
guys.
designated target.
So close. Our dispersion isn't fantastic in this boat, and it shouldn't be because it's got so many guns, right? Be completely wrong for it to be super accurate on top of having 16 guns. But she's still fun. Okay, just checking the map before I fire. The destroyer's on the other side, so we're gonna go cruiser.
The position of a strategic target.
Good kite by the Wichita. He's not keyed on us. He's got a cruiser he's firing at, so let's get our back guns. Using our hull on target. We're showing a lot of side, but he's not focused on us, so I think we can get away with it. Nice. And as soon as I fired, I just started pulling a big left turn, and we were able to duck his return fire that way. Okay, we take the A-cap. Oh, he's almost dead. Nice. Good job, guys. There. I can't remember how to do my stupid commands. Okay, we want to be loaded with AP for the Fiji. Fiji has torps. We need to keep that in mind. He's gonna smoke up. Though HE would work on him too, because he's pretty thin-hulled. Some global XP boosters on to get the Richelieu quicker. Oh, if I were to spend global XP grinding it out, Moist. I do. I probably have quite a bit of global XP as well, but I never spend global XP on anything but free ships. It's been my mantra. I really hate spending it on stuff other than the ships. Nice torps. Wow, nice torps by the mains.
Nice work.
Mines. That's the campaign I quit on.
Nice work.
That's when I stopped. It was about a week or 2 weeks into the mines campaign. So yeah, Moist, that's generally why I just have not used my free XP, my global XP on like unlocking modules, and I don't typically ever really use it on accelerating to buy it, you know, to unlock a ship. Okay, this is gonna be yeah, we don't want a suicide. Heading in here, I could get in a Wicked Crossfire or in a Destroyer issue. There's a DD right there.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
That's why I don't want to go through that gap.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Exactly why I don't want to go through that gap. Thoughts better of doing that. Because I'd wind up going in there, having to turn, and then getting just completely broadsided by one of those battleships. It's called crossing the T. When you present your broadside to the other ship, you don't want to do that, typically. Should've waited. We don't have the highest trajectory in these guns. Let's keep AP loaded. Synops side armor is not great. Question will be, I wouldn't be able to turn the corner fast enough to catch him before he gets cover. Troll bow armor, icebreaker armor. Not great side armor. Turn in, try to bow tank as much as we can. We have to watch this gap right here for torpedoes. So I'm gonna decelerate. I'm just not showing my side to this guy. I think that'd be fatal. So I'm not going to get to use many turrets. Oh, here comes the torps on cue. Helena's going. Taking a little bit of a risk. Try to get the back turrets on. Cool. Got a good pen for 8,000. Now we're going to angle away from this corner just in case there's a DD torping this lane. This battle's pretty close. We kind of want to live. We're not. Now we're spotted by the plane. I'm going to switch to HE. Synops pretty low health, so even big HE barrages will still be hopeful. The HE will be really bad for the Helena. Oh no, enemy Leon.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Stupid plane. DD right here. We lost visual on the Leon because of that smoke screen. We don't have a plane of our own. So I'm not going in this direction because of the DD there. But obviously he's still around because we're getting spotted. Okay, I do not want to give side. I'm going to angle out a little bit. That's why we don't want to give side. Fortunately, we couldn't get a fire. And there's the torps I was worried about. Shoot. Go back to HE. Should have kept HE loaded. Leon got touched. Yeah, I knew that was going to be an owie. Synops guns are really good up close. Russian battleships tend to get more and more accurate as they get in closer to you. And this ship has really trash side armor. Let's take some more. Helen, I could use you arcing some shells over the side of that guy. Hopefully the Leons use damage control. Alright. Lightning is headed. Yeah, we just have to watch for torpedoes. Okay, the Synop is dead. I'm hoping that these DDs are more focused on what's going on over here so we can come around the corner. We'll try to bow in as much as we can when we round the corner. Not make the mistake that the Strasbourg did in the last game. These guys are all low health, so we're just going to stay loaded with HE. Leon's down. Leon is down. Good job, guys. Didn't even be able to get around the corner before it was over. 3,000. We're really close. Okay, let's do one more Leon game, and then maybe one more after that, I think, and we're probably going to finish up. Okay. Good teammates that time. Mine's had a great game. If you're going to keep the Leon, I probably would recommend going ahead and getting the stealth module to reduce visibility. It's got a pretty long detection distance. But concealment module, I run concealment module on a lot more battleships than probably the average bear. Just like to be able to get in closer before you take your first salvo on cruisers, for instance, or be able to, at times, kite away and break concealment, break detection. We haven't had Sleeping Giant yet tonight. Let's see how this goes. We're down tiered. There's an Iowa and a Vanguard, and Colorado.
Good luck and fair seas.
2 DDs. We have a Minsk, which really doesn't count as a cap control DD, against a Z39 and a Udachi. So this could be a little dicey. Okay, we're just gonna go to the cap that we spawned by. Oh, you on the other team, Moist? Oh, you're the Colorado? I'm gonna set you on fire. There is no attack speed in this ship.
I need intelligence data.
Yeah, I hope you put it out immediately. I think it's the very first thing you should do. Because then I will just shoot all AP at you after that.
sighted on the horizon.
I still like the US battleships. They're slow, but they're fun. Great guns. See, you're a smart player. You know not to immediately put your fires out. Weimar, the rare ship that's got up-tiered as a premium. I think they gave a chance to get your money back on that, did they? Okay, we've got a DD on this side for sure. We are spotted. So we're not going to continue on the same line. Let's see if we can... make this New Orleans a little unhappy. I am going to kite away a bit just because I don't know what DD is here.
Attention, reporting the target position.
Let's go ahead and hold our fire and wait for the New Orleans to see if they're going to turn. Looks like they're going to go straight into the island, so I'm trying to break detection. This could work out okay. There we go. He's out.
Nice work. Nice work.
So the HE is wrecking his modules, not just
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
doing damage, right? Yudachi is hoping that we would continue this line of travel.
Torpedoes,
Thank
direct
you,
front.
Ostergotland, for spotting. Where is that American battleship? Oh, Colorado. We spy a Colorado. We know the Japanese torpedoes are long range, so I'm going to avoid going straight into the cap. He could torp across this cap. Just going to be conservative enough to hopefully stay alive a little bit. Plus Moise is shooting at me in the back. Whoa, those fancy colored tracers you've got there? Okay, let's loop back and help the Ostergotland. We're low tier, so we're playing what we would basically just call second line. Not trying to barge in. Being smart. This ship has pretty good range. I mean,
That was a great battle.
one thing I wish they had done is put your number of your range onto the circles on the minimap.
Support the allied target. Many thanks. Acknowledged.
Okay. We know the Yudachi's still there. Those torpedoes really hurt. I may have actively kited. I'm a big fat cruiser. Oh, there he is.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target. Nice work.
Not the smartest play by the Yudachi.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
That was not me who singled you out, Moist. I just want you to know that. Okay, that helps out a lot. Hopefully we can keep our DD advantage. That'd be really helpful. Oh. Dreaded straddle. Okay, the other DD is in A. Don't have to worry about him immediately. our AP penetration at this range is not going to be great. So we're just going to stick with what we're doing. And think about flexing back to the middle. Now what's going on? Is there any ships visible in the middle? There is not. It's just the enemy DD that's in the A cap. Moist is attracting a lot of spam right now. Part of the thing that stinks in being an American battleship is you can't get out of trouble very quickly.
All stations, proceed to capture
Stinks that way. Really hard to outrun cruisers. As soon as the Udachi goes down, it just releases like a cork out of a bottle on this flank. Everyone can push forward because the threat of torpedoes is not there anymore. You got me that time.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Okay. We are going to go help with the Scharnhorst. So there's multiple ships chasing the Colorado. Oh. Z-39 is headed right across our path. Oh crap. Why did I do that? We do not want to go down this. Well, let's just really bow tank. Ugh, I'm gonna have to back up now. Hello, indecision. Really blew it by hitting my ammo button twice. Okay, good play by our Ostergotland.
Taking the lead.
Okay, that's 2 islands hit tonight.
On the enemy warship.
Better start out at half speed so we can take this corner tight. Nice job by our DD. It's a good trade.
Nice work.
Yeah, your teammates are not helping you at all, Moist. Especially that Udachi. No reason for him to get spotted, and then he ran straight across a line of 4 ships on our side. Instead of just heading out towards where you were and breaking detection. It was not smart at all. Alright, well, we haven't done a lot damage-wise. Let's see what we can do about that. We're going to shoot 1 round of HE, 1 salvo of HE, and then we're going to switch to AP. Kind of wrecked him a little. This is one of the channels I used to play Moist, but it's better now. They actually made it better.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
These guys are gonna feast on me. I know this guy has torps. Hey, Chappie.
Enemy severely damaged.
I had to kite out of that because of the torpedoes from the mines. These guys are helping my damage total. He decided to fire him the opposite direction. Well, that's unfortunate, Chappie. That is really unfortunate.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
There's an up-tier kill. It's funny your damage can go from like 15,000 to 75,000 so quickly. do get more experience for killing higher tier ships. So yeah, Moist, I just don't even touch the whole DMCA music thing. Hey, we made it. We can unlock the Richelieu. It's just easier to play stuff. I get this as part of my Streamlabs subscription, so it's good enough music for not getting in trouble getting copyright strikes on your channel. Yeah, they don't until they do, right? On the YouTube side, they're super efficient at catching anything. So I think you're right that Twitch is not as on top of it, but the content recognition system on YouTube is insanely good. So good. Oh, I wanted to see where we came out on that. Three victories in a row in Lyon. Hey, look at that. We finished second. Our Ostergotland killed it in that match. So this is the hinge point of the match. If you look at Moist's team, their Yudachi died really early. You lose a tier 7 DD, you have a tier 7 DD that plays well, and that is the balance of the match. Huge difference. All right, so let's go ahead and purchase. Let's purchase Richelieu. Whoops, how'd that happen? I'm still not a big fan of the carousel on Legends. I'm sorry, but I'm not. It's another thing that I think at some point in the future they could work on. There we go. The lock is gone. $18 million credits. Yeah, he did. And you don't Leroy Jenkins in a Japanese DD. It's not the playstyle, right? It's all about stealth and great torpedoes. How do we want to set this guy up? How do you guys have your Richelieu set up? Anyone? Okay. I know I definitely will see. I like maneuverability. Damn it. I like concealment. This is awesome if they're letting you do concealment system mod 1 on more battleships now. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Let's just go ahead and spend. Let's equip this guy. Again, my setup may be different than other people. Secondaries. French secondaries are pretty good, especially if you're in close, because they're mainly mounted on the stern. I think we're gonna go main battery mod though, to bump up our reload. Again, it's already pretty good on French ships, but we can make that even better. I'm trying to remember now. The guns get knocked out a lot. Yeah, I go aiming systems. See, we're different. Like, you do propulsion mod. I hate target acquisition system mod. I just do. I will take your advice on aiming systems. I know the choice is probably damage control that a lot of people take, but I like mobility. This is not a bad one either, but I think for me that's more what I play on certain cruisers like Baltimore, so I'm gonna do this. So we're one in common. No, 2 in common. Okay. All right, we're gonna play her next time out. It's a ship that took me a long time to love on PC, but once I got the hang of her, I enjoyed it. I just know that the turrets get knocked out a lot. I do remember that. All right. Let's play one more. It's tier 7. I want to play a chunky battleship like you were playing. Should we do something like California? Let's do California. I've played this ship in a long time. All right, tier 5 moist. This is gonna be my last one. Give you a second to load up tier 5. You don't spend anything until you unlock it. Yeah, that's true. I took a pretty good chunk out of my credit balance. Global XP booster I'm usually running on my premiums. Credit booster I'm usually running on my premiums, almost always. Okay. All right. I'm gonna say ready, and I'm gonna do 3, 2, 1, go. We'll play a slow ship other than the Iron Duke tonight, right? Or sorry, that was the QE, Queen Elizabeth. British battleship turrets are just painful. Estuary, all right. They reworked this map on PC. It's different. The little atolls on each end have more small islands than they used to. So first couple times I loaded in on it, I wasn't paying attention to the name. Like, what map is this? Did not look familiar. But pick up on it that it's still the same in here, but the island configuration is a little different. Seems like it anyway.
Battle starts.
All right. We're slow and we're fat. So we're closer to A. So we're gonna go the A side. Got CVs.
Enemy force detected.
I haven't made a schedule for ships. Hey, General, good to see you. Hey, you know what? I started playing PC ships probably 4 or 5 days ago, General, and then I've played this a couple times off and on the last couple weeks, and I actually had fun, enjoyed myself, whereas before I just kind of felt like I was grinding constantly. So, yeah, so far so good. I mean, again, I wish there's a few other changes to the game. I'm glad they put in tier 8, but I really wish they had just done the normal tier structure to begin with, honestly. But can't complain. At least they're still working on it, right? Okay, we gotta switch to AP. We don't want to be shooting HE in US battleships very often. Especially at broadside ships. Yeah, cross-platform divisions. I haven't tried to do that tonight because I've got new streaming software I play on my computer, so I'm not as familiar with this new Xbox app. So I'm not doing any divvying tonight. But if I can get that figured out, we could run some divisions. That would be fun. That was a big downer, so I'm really happy they fixed that. That's awesome. Grateful for that. I don't know, is this the new configuration on this map too, or is it a new configuration? It just seems different. Feels different. Yeah, the custom games is like the training rooms, Moist. I think we're saying the same thing when I say training rooms. Because you can set up custom matches and that, basically. Kabuki? Are you gonna go forward? You know, keep going backwards, dude. Keep backing up. Keep backing up. I love hitting DDs from 14 kilometers. Showing more side. Running California in honor of Mr. Hitman. Well, I want to say he said he uninstalled ships.
All forces, capture that area.
Okay. We had shot on a low health West Virginia, but we took it on the DD. Just...
Enemy destroyer sighted.
It's my strategy
Enemy battleship sunk.
to go ahead and try to always fire at the DDs if I can. If I have a clean shot. And he was full broadside to me, and doing that backing up thing just made it too tempting.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
We should be able to pen the bow of the Normandy. He's gonna have to turn here. So let's wait. Let's be patient.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
SAP is a hellhole for California. Oh, because of the just thinner superstructure armor. It can be difficult for like French battleships too to have thin superstructures. It's our HE's already bad, right? This Normandy player's not bad. He's doing a good job angling. We got caught flat-sided too. Yeah, we're talking about SAP early on, is that it's good against thin-skinned surfaces. So you can really wreck DDs and thin-skinned cruisers with it. And if you're in a lower tier like Italian cruiser going up against battleships that are well armored superstructure-wise, it can be super frustrating. Because sometimes you just can't do consistent damage at all if you're in a ship that doesn't have HE as an option. I think the Italian cruisers originally really only had SAP only, no HE, except for the Duca d'Aosta, maybe? I know the Duca d'Aosta has it. Uh-oh. Freaking Kabuki-san. Okay, he's smoking up. He's not going to come forward, hopefully. Hopefully he's not torping this edge, or I'm going to look like a total fool. I'm going to have to come around the corner and bow in. Or steam away at an angle. Fat and slow we are. Halfway done with the campaign, you're going for Marco Polo. Yeah, I was asked about that at the beginning. I just honestly don't know a ton about either of the ships. Oh, there's that weird lag thing I was getting earlier. I do know, I mean, Italian battleships tend to have good speed, good general gunnery, pretty weak side armor. Yeah, I think my internet's having a little bit of issues tonight. Oh, God. Don't want to get full-on torped. But let's angle in.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Torps went the other direction. Gotta love getting DD kills in a slow battleship. Well, that's cool. I was just saying the Mines campaign was the last one that I did, and I made it like first couple weeks, and that's it. Well, this will be our last game, so we won't have to suffer looking at weird water for too long. What's the Marlborough like, General? Is it similar to like the other Tier 8 British battleships? think I'm just aiming right above the belt. It does have turtleback armor, so not doing great damage totals, but we've had 2 kills. Getting rid of that destroyer was important.
Our victory is in sight.
Team's killing it. It looks really weird on my screen. It's not the stream, it's actually... I mean, you can probably see it on stream, but potentially. But it's this console app that I'm using now. Never used to get that on the old console companion app for Xbox. Alright, we're not going to catch anybody. CV can attack us, that's fine. We'll get some planes. So you guys been playing tanks? Did you guys see there's like a Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mila Jovovich ad for World of Tanks PC? They spend the most marketing money on World of Tanks, obviously. That game is still going relatively strong. You go back and forth. I've had an itch to play a little bit of PC tanks first. Console tanks, I'm still not used to the garage and the interface. God, and then I'm just a total potato on the new maps. That's the thing that's hard. I was pretty good at one time in tanks, and it stinks to suck. Oh, the Cold War ones? Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you can play Abrams and stuff. Yeah, that's pixelating. Smearing. It's made it like 3 hours without doing this.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Would have sit still. Ah, battle over. Yeah, be interested to see if this app does this on a regular basis, where it's messing with me like this. Doesn't do it when it's static, just when there's motion. I did get a new graphics card, so I got a RTX 3080, 10 gigabyte, so 12 gigabyte. So I have more graphics card capability than before. Yeah, doesn't it look like that? It looked like a rainbow oil slick. And as it goes with a US battleship, if you're too slow to get to the fight, you're not going to have the highest score. But we did get 156,000 net credits and 1,000 global XP. Probably the most important thing. And what's nuts is, other than 2 pretty crappy games in a row, and this has been happening with the games that I've played on PC. Like 9 wins and 2 losses. I've had really good sessions on PC too, so I have to keep knocking on wood because it's been way better than it should be for not having played much. And again, I'm not bottom of the board. I'm usually middle of the pack or upper middle of the pack, so I know I'm contributing, and that's good enough for me at this stage. Maybe my monitor can't handle it. It's a new 1440p monitor. So I don't think it's the monitor, though I am running in 4K or 1440p, whereas before I was running in 1080p. But I don't think that affects the stream output. So no, I mean, I'll have to see if it does it when I'm not streaming. So far, it did do it a little when I wasn't streaming, but that was because I was on the Xbox that's over Wi-Fi and not into the hardwired network. So we'll have to see. Fun with computer stuff, right? Well, hey, you guys, it's been awesome. I'm going to try to jump back on more regularly, I think, with ships, but again, not probably on a scheduled basis, because I just don't want to feel like a slave to the schedule and a slave to the game. That's kind of what made it less fun. So I think I'd rather just jump out when I'm feeling like I want to be out and play, and it's obviously awesome seeing you guys, and thank you so much for all of you coming by. Always appreciated, never expected. Again, I've missed a lot of you guys and chatting with you guys. It's been the best part of doing this always. It's not any fame or fortune whatsoever from my perspective, but it's been awesome hanging with you guys. I hope you have tremendous holidays and safe and healthy, and hopefully you don't have to travel too far and take twice as long to get where you're going than you should. All right, you guys, Merry Christmas past, Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you soon. This is VannKraken. It has been World of Warships Legends. First time in 13 months. Not so bad. And thanks for coming. Talk to you soon. I'm out.
Ow.